Hello everyone, welcome to Gaian Gardens. This is a new year and also a new format of a video where I want to talk a little bit and show you around my studio that I have recently renovated and give a little bit of a background story of what happened, why I was absent this year more than in the past. And you will get to see the transformation of my studio, what happened and how long it took. So this video will be more of a vlog style than tutorial. So if you are interested in that kind of a video, keep on watching. At the end of 2023, like the end of the December 2023, I felt the need to really clean up and completely organize my studio. It was a mess. There was so much stuff here. I had things on the walls. I had lots of shelves. It felt cluttered. It felt overwhelming, but most importantly, it was a hazard to my health. Working with ceramics and pottery for over 30 years, I believe I have developed early signs of silica lung accumulation disease, which basically happens as a result of airborne particles of clay and glazes that you can't really see them, but they are hanging in the air, and when we inhale them, they slowly accumulate in the lungs. And I think it might have been the case with me because I was getting more and more tired coming down here into the studio. I was having a hard time breathing, and just that I could taste the clay and the glaze on my tongue, and the smell of it just made me sick. So I had to do something about it, and I did install the air filters and air cleaners and have them plugged in the outlets in my studio. But it wasn't enough. And of course, I would mop the floor. I never vacuum, or I do actually vacuum, but I would then sweep. I would vacuum and then mop, and then wipe all the surfaces. But it was still not enough. And the reason was that right here on this wall, I had shelves with clay that was partially dry or dry, just leftover clay in general. Also, my glazed buckets were just on the shelf. So even though they are closed, I don't necessarily wipe all of the bucket outside. So there's always a little bit of residue on the outside, and that stuff would become airborne and irritate my system. Another problem was my table was covered in linen. I prepared it like this so that it could be a pottery table, a wedging table, so that the clay doesn't stuck to the surface. And it was a really great table, but as you can imagine, I could never fully wash it because the clay particles would penetrate into the linen and into the fabric, and they would always be there. So the table smell made me sick. Every time I would sit down, I started to feel nauseous and tired, and I couldn't work here. So I have made a resolution at the end of 2023 to address all those issues and find a new solution for my studio. I was wondering, what can I do to make it more friendly for myself so I can still enjoy pottery and don't feel sick, don't get overwhelmed. So first of all, I had to clean up everything. I emptied all the cupboards, the shelves, washed all the surfaces, and cleaned up all my tools, washed all my tools. And I found this solution for my clay where I decided to put it completely out of the main area, so that it doesn't emit particles. And right now it's behind a curtain, tucked away, and there is bags of clay also in my cupboards. So that already eliminated so much pollution. But I also had to do the same thing with the glazes, and again, I just tucked them away behind my beautiful curtain over there. So right now, when I walk into the studio, I actually don't inhale any dust from clay and glazes. It's all sitting right there, which is really, really nice. So I spent some time, few weeks, cleaning my studio, organizing, and going through my inventory, finishing odd projects like this glaze display board that I had tiles for but haven't put it together, and also filming that, making the video about the glaze tile for my YouTube channel. And I must say this whole process was really exhausting. It was the end of the year. I had big ambitions for my channel. I thought I'm gonna use the DSLR from my son, and I will learn a new software to edit. So I was taking on a lot of new things. And I had created actually a document where I put what I want to make, the projects, the pictures, the inspiration, and all of that. But none of it happened. After the cleanup, I got really sick with cold or some sort of a virus. And the whole winter, I was so sick that I couldn't really do anything. In the spring 2024, I was desperate to get better because I wanted to live my life. So I found a doctor, a Chinese medicine doctor. I tried a few things first, didn't work, and I found another doctor, and she helped me a great deal with the Chinese medicine and acupuncture, and I was back to functioning. So in 2024, I've recorded few videos in my garden. And the reason also for the garden was I didn't want to be in the studio again because of the inhaling of the clay. I felt it would be much easier to be outside and create in the fresh air when I don't have to be affected by being exposed to the chemicals on a daily basis. Because as you know, with clay, when you start, it's not a one-day thing. It's several days that you have to come back, otherwise the project will be ruined. So I wanted to also teach classes rather than do pottery, but there was not too much interest for classes. I had few people come in, but not as much as I thought it would be, or like it was in the past. So as a result, I haven't really been in the studio until today. Actually, yesterday, I came back to get ready to perhaps start new projects. So I wanted to show you what I did to the studio, how it looks like right now versus how it looked like before. So here is a view of my studio at the end of 2023, when I was still in the midst of cleaning it, before it got renovated, after I already moved all the clay behind the curtain and organized my glazes, which was a really nice decision. I think this helped tremendously with the air quality in the studio. So you can see all the glaze buckets tucked away there, and my chairs and the dry clay in the bin. And the walls were still unpainted, and there was still a lot that I have done with cleaning and organizing the cupboards, going through all my tools, sorting them, cleaning them, knowing what I have, getting rid of what I don't use, and just really making this space more beautiful and hospitable for myself and for my guests who come for pottery classes. Here's the studio right now. I've placed some of the furniture to create kind of like a division between the rooms. I don't know if you remember, this was open. I know a lot of people noticed the 2-pack sticker. This was my husband's shelf when he was a teenager, and he put that 2-pack sticker there. But now I use this for pottery. And this created kind of like a wall that divides the studio and creates this cozy corner here. And the other shelf is what I use for storing clay pieces. And I have placed this plastic sheet so that the pieces don't dry too fast, which I find it's really good. And also it keeps the particles from being airborne as much. So here I have this sheet. This is basically just a flat sheet, bed sheet that I put on this rod, and that way I was able to separate all the visual clutter from the unfinished part of the basement, but also I was able to put all my dry clay in here. So that's all the bags of like odds and pieces of clay, and all my glazes over there. And also I tucked away my wheel since I haven't been really using it much, and I can always pull it out when I need to. So I find this is really good. My glaze tile display is here. I know I could hang it on the wall, but I don't know if I want to. I really enjoy the walls. So first of all, the biggest upgrade is the painting of the walls. I just love the way this looks like. And my friend Sarah did this for me. I'm so grateful to her as a gift. And she wanted to support me in my pottery journey. Isn't that amazing? I tried to paint it myself and I was so out of steam, I couldn't do it. And she came in and did it in like one day. It was amazing. And I love the color too. It goes really well with the orange beams of the unfinished ceiling here. And then I have this beautiful painting that my daughter painted for me just for my studio. And this is another one she also painted for me. A little spirits moving away. And here is the amazing calligraphy piece that I purchased for the studio as well. And that says, every single moment, create the future. So I like the way the walls look like right now. I just like the empty wall feeling. That way when I come in and I do a project or teach a class, we don't need to have too much going on. I actually really enjoy simplicity of the setup. Another thing I did was clean up this table that had this sticky thing on it, and it took me hours and hours on 2023rd. So this table is nice and old and it can be messed with, and it's wood, which I love. I love to work on the wood surface. And here is a cupboard, I guess, that stores some miscellaneous things. This is a reclaimed bucket for I think it's got gray and white clay, and some clays that I'm working with right now. And those are just tools and stamps that are out because I was teaching a class here a few days ago. So this is how the studio looks like on my cupboards. My cupboards are amazing. I still have a bunch of pottery for sale that's here. So I like that I can keep it here because the dust doesn't settle on them. And if they used to be in the boxes, which would make me nervous because, you know, things can break in boxes. And here I know they're safe. So if somebody purchases it on Etsy, I just come in and pack the order and ship it away. So that's a perfect setup for me. And here I have all my tools. Not all of them, but a lot of them. The throwing tools, some odd molds that I use in hand building, and bowls for glazing, brushes, sponges, that sort of thing. And then here I have my slips and my surface decoration tools. So I have my what are those called? Trailers, slip trailers, different colors, different slips, engopes, underglazes, and different colors of slips, as well as some of my waxing equipment. And this is just my old papers and photographs from the past. And this shelf holds some more dry clay on the bottom, my stamp sets, and some of the picture frames and some of the glaze tiles as well. This video is coming out on Friday after 2 years. And this cupboard is holding glazes and some of my family heirlooms, but this is the glaze cupboard. And here I have my paper templates, some of my packing materials for Etsy, and some of my binders from work when I used to teach and from my volunteer work that I do right now. And those cupboards over here are just holding family painting materials and stuff. and this is just my extra kitchen supplies or equipment. But yeah, I really enjoy the way this studio looks like right now, and I am hoping to come here more. I would love to do custom bonsai pots. I think this would be incredible to work with people and design something unique, something that they themselves maybe cannot do. They don't have opportunity to do, but I would love to bring those ideas to work. So if you ever wanted to make a pot, give me a shout, email me, we can chat. I'd love to help you out. So as you see, the transformation is huge, and I really enjoy this space, and I'm hoping to have more energy and health to be able to do some projects. And I just want to say to all of my viewers and subscribers, thank you so much for coming here, watching my videos, commenting, liking, sharing, encouraging me to keep going. It's amazing, and I'm really, really grateful. I can't believe I reached 1,000 subscribers about maybe 2 months ago, and now I believe we're like 1,080. It keeps growing, and it's amazing. My dream was always to help people learn about pottery, and through the videos I can teach and reach a larger audience, which is fantastic. I really, really enjoy that. And I'm curious about your point of view about my YouTube channel. Why are you here? What do you enjoy watching? What kind of content are you hoping to see? I would love to hear from you. I know some of my viewers who've been with me for a while and comment a lot. I know a lot of people said they just like anything that I post, but I also think there's people here who are here only for pottery tutorials. So yes, please do let me know. All the comments that you leave are really received and mean so much to me, that you take the time and put yourself out there to actually comment publicly. And if you feel timid about this, please email me. My email is linked in my profile, so you can easily reach me with any questions or feedback. On that note, I just wish you all happy 2025. Enjoy all your plans, and no matter what you plan, enjoy what is happening right now and take advantage of what you already have in your life. Notice what you have and find it inside you to be grateful, because I think often we always think about we want more of this, more happiness, more health, and we forget that we already have so much. So it's hard to be happy when you want more happy. It's actually easier to be happy when you realize, wow, I am healthy, I'm standing here, I have a voice, I can speak, I have my hands that I can do things with, and that gratitude feeling is what fills us up. So I am really, really grateful for this community and for Nigel, who invited me to do this work a few years ago. It's 3 years for Gaian Gardens. I joined in 2020 first. It's going to be 4 years in September this year. And if it wasn't for Nigel's encouragement, I wouldn't even think to start doing this. But this work has brought me a lot of fulfillment and joy. And I do hope to inspire others to find joy and fulfillment in life as well. So thank you so much for watching, and all the best. Bye.